is up, YouTube, and welcome yet again to another episode of Behind the Wall presented by Perky Jerky. I am Junior Nation 5788, and as always, I am along with my esteemed co-counsel Thermite 917 and Kane Junior 88, and we are going to discuss another bad case, and that case being a race at New Hampshire, the ISM Connect 300. Let's get into the race recap very quickly. Martin Truex Jr. won the first stage. Now there's a shock. 1990 here can tell him Clayton Hughes.
Stage winner, MTJ.
Dude, shut up, Clayton Hughes.
Then the second stage started and Martin Truex Jr. continued the dominance as he led 112 total laps, but on the very last lap of stage 2, Kevin Harvick got hit behind by Austin Dillon, and he spun out. And it caused a huge cloud of smoke on the exit of turn 2 and piled in several cars. Kurt Busch, his teammate, being the first on the scene to slam right into him. Obviously, Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch, both being chasers, they were out of the race. Jeffrey Earnhardt and typically Dale Earnhardt Jr. also collected in the event. But Martin Truex Jr., the big one on the day as far as the race itself goes, he was collected as well. He spun while leading to avoid the wreck, and Kyle Busch ended up getting the win of the second stage. After that, nothing. Kyle Busch led basically the rest of the race. Actually, I think he literally did lead the rest of the race. So, and he won handily over Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr., who rebounded to finish 5th. Oh my God. This race is making me sad, damn it. Is it crying towel time already, Nick?
Yes, it is. This race was so bad, it's actually going to get the crying towel right away. We cannot wait. It's just so bad. We got to talk about how sad we are. I mean, if I were given the ratings right now, which I guess we are anyway, I would give it like a 2 at most. Oh God, New Hampshire. I mean, like I'm so glad this is the last time New Hampshire will have 2 races in a season, but I do not want them to go to Las Vegas either twice. So my brain's just all in a pretzel right now. I got pretzel in my head.
These pretzels, they're making me thirsty.
They are, but that's not the point, Kramer. I mean, like I'm at a loss for words. Like I'm pulling a Kane. I just don't know what else to say. But I'm going to keep talking because I'm so sad and pissed off about this race. It was just so boring. I'm done. I can't go on.
Were you sad too, Kane?
Oh, yes, you bet your ass I'm sad about this. I mean, it's bad enough that dick-face Kyle Busch won again. But, of course, it had to be one of the worst races of the season. Oh my God. Man, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, you guys suck. Your track sucks. Your part of the country sucks. Everything about you sucks. The only thing that doesn't suck about New Hampshire Motor Speedway are its fans. They are the most passionate people in the sport almost. And they don't deserve to sit through a damn shit show like that! Oh my God!
If you were giving this a rating, what would you give it, Kane?
I'd give it a big fat goose egg! That's what I'd give it! Oh my God!
Oh, damn, Kane's really upset about this, and I tell you what, I am pissed off and upset too. Give me some Pampers, Huggies, whatever you name it. I gotta soil my tears because this race was such a shit show. I'm giving it a 2, and it's only because of that big-ass wreck. It was so confusing and one of the most awkward wrecks of the year. But nothing else happened. This race was awful. Worst race of the year. Oh, I'm done crying because I've shed a lot of tears this afternoon, and I'm damn well not gonna shed no more now. End of the crying towel. Now I'm gonna get angry. This race sucked. Don't even post this online, NASCAR. Take this race, bury it. Don't pull it out anywhere.
This race never happened. Let's go on to Dover.
This never happened. We're gonna wipe it from the record. If I ever get a chance to get into the NASCAR Hall of Records, this race is getting erased, along with like 35 others, and any other time Kyle Busch won. Fuck this race!
You big crybaby!
You big crybabies!
New Hampshire, you big crybabies! Alright, we have some topics to discuss for the week. And the first one, we're going to kick it off with Chase Elliott. It is penalty from Chicagoland. He was one, he got docked some points. Alan Gustafson, his crew chief, was suspended for a race. And it was a very weird and awkward situation because it was posted to Reddit that apparently one of his crew members during the race placed some tape on the rear spoiler of his car. And apparently this tape added a pretty significant amount of downforce. I mean, considering it was a piece of tape. And then there was video of the crewman after the race kind of fucking around with the spoiler and being real shady. And this led to NASCAR obviously discovering the footage, and they penalized him. They docked him points, suspended his crew chief, and it's been a decently hot topic, so we're to discuss it. Wow. That was just the first thing. That was the first thing I thought when I saw this. I'm like, Jesus. I didn't realize, like, I saw the penalty, and then I saw the whole thing on Reddit, and I'm just like, man, that's crazy. Like, first of all, to come up with the fact that a piece of tape, like, whoever thought of that, it's actually kind of genius in a way. I mean, what for genius with their engineering degree realized that a piece of tape could do something like that?
I know. I mean, and it, like, that's a huge deal. Like, it added, I think I heard, like, up to maybe 50 pounds of downforce, and it helped them gain about 2/10 a lap. And the way NASCAR is with the competition and everything nowadays, that's huge. So I'm almost surprised they didn't get penalized more. Maybe they just didn't know how because it never happened before. But now this week, and I guess the rest of the playoffs, they're telling all the drivers, no crew members over the wall at the end. They gotta, the officials have to check all the cars, make sure they're okay first. So it's almost like the Chase Elliott / Reddit rule, because I mean NASCAR probably wasn't going to do anything until, you know, the team of Reddit investigators got on the case. So it's just a really weird situation, and another situation of guys just trying to push every boundary they can in the playoffs. I mean, you pretty much have to.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with the way, like, Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch, those guys have been completely kicking everyone's ass at the track lately. Teams don't have a choice. They gotta do whatever they can just to keep up with those guys, you know? And it's sad that this is what it's come down to, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. It is, because Hendrick, they've been struggling this year, and it was just such a surprise. I mean, I remember after the race, and even during the race, it was like, wow, man, Chase Elliott's really running good, and he's standing out apart from the pack of his own teammates, and we obviously kind of found out why. There's people, of course, you know, the community's always ridiculous. Like, if it was Martin Truex Jr., everybody would go crazy, but since it's Chase Elliott, and, you know, nobody's batting an eye or whatever. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. I mean, I am concerned, and I'm disappointed that it had to happen. But at the same time, what else are they going to do? They don't have it. And they tried something sneakily. They didn't get away with it. In a weird way, I don't like cheating, but it was a piece of tape. And they tried something. It was sneaky. So I'm not really, like, that pissed off about it.
Yeah, and just a tip to the guy that removed it, don't do it while the TV cameras are on you.
Dumbass.
Wait till the interview's over. Or at least, you know, wait till the camera's at a different angle. But
Scooter and Burt back there dicking around with the spoiler. Ugh.
Yeah. Maybe they won't notice. It's NASCAR. Everyone notices everything.
Exactly. Alright, our next topic for the week is a very interesting thing that happened during practice, and that was Joey Logano. He was docked his entire practice session due to an infraction from the previous week, and they actually made him sit on pit road in his race car the entire practice session. You see the photos, you're going to see the tweets here. Is that not the most ridiculous thing? That's right, I'm asking you who won't listen to this podcast, is that not ridiculous? Yes, it is ridiculous. That's why we're going to talk about it. Holy Christ. What is NASCAR's logic here? You're telling me they can't impound the car and let it sit on pit road while Joey is just back in the garage? You have to waste an hour of the guy's life for no reason?
And the thing is, like, it wasn't Joey that, you know, gave himself the penalty. It was just the crew pushing everything like they got to do, and sometimes they go over the line. But I just hate that they have to punish the driver every time. I mean, you make him sit in a car where the outside weather's already 90 degrees. He has his fire suit on and everything, and they have to have the window net up. I mean, how ridiculous is that? I mean, I guess it's like their version of a penalty box, but it was almost like he was just in jail.
It's bullshit. And then if that's not bad enough, they showed you guys, I'm sure all saw the pictures of Brittany going out to pit road, you know, putting her hand on the window net, giving him a bottle of water. It's like, well, that's kind of cute, you know. And then of course the best part of it, before that happened, Dale Jr. went off on NASCAR and basically, well, he dropped a few bad words into his tweets, and I don't know. I think those will definitely get NASCAR's attention. What do you guys think?
I hope so, because they should listen to Dale Jr. First of all, because he's smart. Second of all, they usually they tend to kind of do. They like give a shit more about Junior's word, and Junior's word actually has some sort of like, it holds some sort of validity. So hopefully they actually take in account to it, because the fact that they couldn't think for themselves, like, it's the stupidest thing. Seriously, like, again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to come up with this. We're just regular old fans, and there's how many other people with the same opinions. I can't believe that NASCAR, with all these supposed smart people and all these people in charge, can't like scratch their head for a second and go, man, this is fucking stupid. Like, isn't there a better way we can handle this? You know, come on. Why did it take all of this nonsense for it to get handled in a different way? It shouldn't have.
Yeah, it is complete nonsense. I mean, it's almost like the equivalent of like an NFL player sitting on the sidelines with a paper bag on his head until he learned what he did wrong, like if he went offside or something. I mean, it's just ridiculous. There's really nothing else to say about it. It makes NASCAR look bad.
It does. Negative publicity. It's all it really was. And, you know, the fans are certainly going to call it out. Fans called it out. Drivers called it out. I hope they learn their lesson. I really do.
Yep.
With this, at least. Change it. It's stupid.
For once, we feel bad for Joey.
That is true.
Yep.
I mean, it's bad enough that Kimmy fucked his wife. But this, too? Come on. Moving on. The trucks raced in Loudon this weekend. And, of course, you know damn well what that means. Where did Cody Coughlin finish? Oh, Cody Chavis finished in the 12th position after starting the race in 23rd place. And, well, 12th is a standard Cody Coughlin result. So, let's see what he had to say about it. The day didn't start the way we wanted it to with the sliced tire in qualifying, but we didn't give up and battled hard all day long and came out of here with a decent finish. I'm proud of my guys for never giving up and giving me a good Jags.com tundra. Now it's on to Vegas and we'll see what we can do there. Well, at least he didn't say we were going to get a top 10 or let's go get a top 10. And hey, Nick, he must have been listening to you last week and you said, get 2 top 12s in a row and then we'll talk. Well, he's listening because that's 2 top 12s in a row now. So we're looking for good things in Cody Coughlin's future. Jags!
Jags! Jags!
Bitch!
Jags bitch!
Jags bitch!
Jags bitch!
I wonder if Cody has his own Jags bitch.
Given to him by his daddy. Yeah.
His daddy paid for it. His daddy paid for his Jags bitch, too. They go to the strip club every Saturday night until they find the perfect Jags bitch. He's like, son, go find yourself a bitch.
And then he'll ride the Jags bitch.
Oh my god, does he even know how to do that? I don't think he knows how to do that. Him and Joey need to go to the same sex seminar because they don't know how it works.
But he's got to fulfill his other sponsor obligations.
What's that? Oh, Ride.
Yeah, Ride TV.
Ride
TV.
I wonder what Ride TV is. It's probably a pornographic TV station. We just don't
It has
realize
to do with horse. It has to do with horses, so.
Horse porn.
I thought you said it has to do with whores.
I'll take whore ads for 200.
Oh my god.
You dig hooah?
you dirty little.
You
Get it all
fucking
out.
hooah.
Get it all out, you dirty little hooah.
Hey, she was a hooah. Get it all out, you little whore.
Fuck you, you fucking whore.
Whore. Cody, which horror will it be this week? I think I'll go with horror number 2.
This segment really took a turn.
It did.
Yeah, it totally did.
Oh boy, we gotta move on. I mean, we do. Goddamn Cody Coughlin. Whew. You big dumb son of a bitch.
Alright, it is time for some awards, and as always, we start off with the boner of the week, and this week that goes to Kevin Harvick, who overcorrected coming out of turn 2 after getting spun by Austin Dillon, creating a huge plume of smoke that nobody could see through, a la Days of Thunder. But instead of the other side of the smoke being all clear, Harvick's car is literally parked in the middle of the back straightaway, right where Kurt Busch just plows into it, and Jeffrey Earnhardt plows into Kurt. Truex, the leader, he spins to avoid it, and then, as always, Dale Jr. finds a way to get involved as well. Oh my God, Kevin. Dude, you're a former champion. You should know how to do this. I mean, you're the defending race winner at New Hampshire. How could you let this happen? Jesus! Oh my God. Next award, please.
Next award is Gralla, bitch! And that goes to Kaz Gralla, obviously, for his little payback. It's very subtle, but he got into Austin Cindric, and he's like, listen, bitch, I'm going to move you, and I'm going to let you know in a nice way that I paid you back. That's what Kaz Gralla did. And then they talked about it after the race. And Austin Cindric was actually pretty classy, so, you know, kind of a small nod to him, too, for that. But, yeah, Kaz Gralla, he's not to be fucked with. Even though he's a super nice guy, because he really should have just done it later in the race or when it actually mattered and dumped his shit and crashed his truck. But, you know, that's just me. But regardless, Gralla bitch. Don't fuck with Gralla.
Next award, it's not that Jones boy, it's that Jones weapon. And this goes to the less successful Jones, Brandon Jones, who in the Xfinity race, in one lap, pretty much tried to cause 2 wrecks, and he succeeded for one of them. Coming down the front stretch, he hit the drain cover, and that always upsets the cars at that track, and he got really loose. Somehow, they all kept it together. But then in turn 1, he's like, wait, I wasn't finished yet. And he gets loose under Sam Hornish and puts him in the wall, ending Sam's day. So, just another case of Brandon Jones really not deserving to be in Xfinity. He wasn't even that great in truck. I mean, he should just go win in ARCA, because that's the only place he can really do anything, it seems. But, and it sucks he had tied on the car. I was really, really hoping for at least a top 10 out of it. I don't even know where he finished. I don't care, because with the equipment he has, he is not doing a good job with it. Next award.
The next award is, where did you come from? And that goes to Tyler Reddick for winning the Xfinity race. Seriously, Tyler Reddick won the Xfinity race, and nobody could believe it. Because he had never even led a lap in the Xfinity series before until Saturday night's Xfinity race. And wow, did he go out there and kick ass, winning by, I think it was over 14 seconds by the end of the race.
It was like 14.8 seconds, the largest margin of victory in an Xfinity Kentucky race.
Thank you, Nick, for that statistical information, because holy shit, it was incredible. Granted, there wasn't a caution in the last stage, but still, the fact that he pulled out to that big of a lead, and the CGR 42 team showed up like that. Yeah, Kyle Larson's won a couple of races, but with Tyler Reddick to just kick that much ass, on top of it, Brendan Poole got second. Wow, I'm still stunned by that. Great job, Tyler, and even though you're technically not getting a cigar, you still get a cigar, and you're probably not old enough to smoke it, so just put it on the mantle for now, and smoke it in a couple of years. Nice job, though, bud. Next award.
All right, our next award is, once again, same old song and dance, and another day from hell for Dale Jr.
It's the same old story, same old song and dance, my friend.
Yeah, when is this guy gonna finally get a break? I mean, there's 8 races left in his Cup Series career, and he's like 23rd in points, and it sucks because, I mean, obviously he wants to do better for us junior fans and for his team and sponsors and all that. And it's not even his own fault. It's just shitty luck that keeps killing him every damn week. So yeah, another day from hell for Dale Jr. Golly. Next award.
Next award is I'll take that, thank you. And that unfortunately goes to Kyle Busch because after Truex got involved in the weird-ass wreck on the backstretch, Kyle Busch barely snuck through and never looked back, and he won the race. Disappointing fans everywhere. Next award.
Next award is Wallhouse Part 2. And, man, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., I mean, through 2 races, his 2 finishes in the chase so far are 25th last week at Chicagoland, and then 15th at New Hampshire. But once again, he, just like last week, he caught the wall coming out of turn 2, and it pretty much killed his race car. So, damn, Ricky, your chase sucks this year, bud. I mean, I know you got 2 wins, both at plate tracks, but, man, I don't even think you're going to be able to get to the round of 12 in order to, advance to the round of 8 with a win at Talladega. So, yeah, nice try, bud. And thanks for participating. Next award.
And the next award is Plain Ass Trophy, and that goes to the Plain Ass Trophy that was presented to Kyle Busch after the Cup race. It was the ISM Connect 300, and they don't have a good designer. Might as well piss in his ficus. It's just their little ISM big screen thing that you see at the racetracks mounted on top of a cube. A cube! It looks like it's made of plastic and the thing's just going to snap right off or something. I mean, that's like the least exciting trophy I've ever seen presented to a winner. I am very disappointed in it.
Well, at least it's an ass trophy that goes to a total ass. So.
Yeah, at least Kyle didn't win a cool trophy, so that's good.
Well, he did win the lobster, though.
Shut up. That lobster's going to die. God damn it, trophy.
God
Give it, trophy!
And next award.
All right, now it's time to hand out some cigars. And starting off the cigars is the top 5 for the truck race. That's right, everybody in the top 5 is getting a truck race. We'll give one to Christopher Bell, even though it's not really a surprise at this point that he's winning his 5th win of the season. But still good for the lad. Ryan Truex, disappointed again. Came up so close. Great job, though, with the 2nd place finish. Todd Gilliland finished 3rd. His best career finish thus far, but it's going to get encumbered because he failed the post-race inspection. Grant Enfinger came home in 4th place. Nice result for him. And my man in 5th, Stuart Friesen, with a top 5. How about that shit? That team, first of all, comes out and they actually newly formed an alliance with GMS Racing. Didn't know that until the day of the truck race. And what did Stewart do? Ran a clean race and improved all day long and beat all the other GMS trucks. So suck that, GMS. I think that's hilarious. Great job for Stewart. I'm so proud of those guys. And, 5th place, come on. That's only Stewart's 2nd top 10, his top 5. His best run, obviously. I think it's his best run of the year besides Eldora. Eldora is a super big equalizer. So for those guys to go in there and play with the big dogs, great job. I give them the biggest cigar for finishing 5th. So, next cigar.
All right, and a slightly smaller cigar goes to Justin Allgaier for finishing 3rd in Xfinity after cutting a tire pretty early in the race. He didn't slap the wall or anything, but he was the first chase driver to really have any issues. It's a junior motorsports car. I figured he would probably come back for a good finish, but not that good. So he really climbed back and made something out of it, and his chase is still alive. I think he's leading the points. So good job to those guys. He won last week as well, obviously, so it's a good start to the chase. Getting through that adversity. Next award.
And our final cigar award goes, surprisingly, to Casey Kane. Now, normally we would not give a cigar to a guy who finished, let's see, where did he finish? 35th. But Casey Kane intentionally brought out a caution late in the race that really spiced things up in what was otherwise a very dull and boring Stage 3. Now, this was obviously, there's nothing Casey could actually do. It looked like he had a flat tire and he was trying to get onto pit road, and that's why he was stopped in the track. But turns out the real reason he stopped, he broke looks like it was a control arm or something in the car, and as a result, yeah, there's nothing he could do. And, you know, he couldn't get onto pit road, so NASCAR had no choice but to throw a caution.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you very much.
Casey with the old thank you, Casey.
Absolutely. I couldn't say it any better.
Me neither.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the best paint schemes of the week. Enjoy the quick montage. 3, 2, 1. Fighters! Okay, let's recap the fantasy selections from Loudon, and kicking off, I got the fantasy win by picking Kyle Busch. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't like that he won, but he got me the fantasy win with 58 points over Nick in second, who picked Martin Truex Jr. Martin Truex Jr. ended up coming home in 5th place with 47 points. Kane and Damani actually tied for 3rd, but Kane gets 3rd place due to the better finishing. He picked Denny Hamlin, who finished in 12th, and Damani rounds out the rear by picking Jimmy Johnson, who finished 14th. So that means we move on to Dover selection, and Damani gets the first selection. And he actually made his pick. We are proud of him again. That's 2 weeks in a row, so we need to have this on record, because this is history in the making that Damani has done it 2 weeks in a row. So here's his pick.
Pop it up, you dirty bastard!
Kane, you're up next. Who is your selection for Dover?
Well, obviously he is the most dominant driver in the history of Dover International Speedway. This guy needs no introduction. I'm going with Jimmy Johnson.
We end up looking like a monkey fucking a football out there.
Obviously, he needs a great run in order to get to the round of 12, and I don't think any place is better on the circuit for him than Dover. He has the most wins here of any active driver. Well, any driver, period, for that matter. And I think he'll get it done. Nick, next pick.
Well, I am going with, I think, the next best option, and that is Kyle Larson.
You motherfucker, you!
He almost got it done 1 year racing Matt Kenseth, but it just seems like a track that suits his style. He's going to get it done, keep his good chase going, and Kyle Larson is going to win. Tyler.
Well, all the good picks are taken. The standard ones, because, this year is so damn predictable. I'm going to have to pick somebody different, and I'm going to go with Matt Kenseth.
Ah, those goddamn Toyotas!
He's been close. He's been running solid. He finished 3rd in the race at Loudon. He doesn't have a win yet this year, and it's honestly surprising, but he's had a ton of bad luck, and he did struggle for the first part of the season. But it's time for him to break through. Obviously, he won there very recently, and yeah, I think it's time for Matt Kenseth to finally break through and get himself out of the goose egg in the win column. Matt Kenseth for Dover. Well, this has been another episode of Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. We hope you enjoyed listening. I say it every week, and I know you didn't listen. And that's okay. We love you anyways. Actually, we don't. Start listening to our fucking podcast. Come on, we're not that bad. Jesus. For the Money HG. We'd like to see him again. Kane Jr. 88. He had some diarrhea problems after the race. For Thermite 917, if you ever see him online in NASCAR Heat 2, I'm probably racing with him, and you probably hate him, so don't join his lobby. We don't want you to race with us. Just kidding, we do. Join us, we're gonna beat you, because we're better. And for myself, Junior Nation 5788. This has been Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. Again, grab a bag, and we'll see you next time. Kane, you have anything to add about that?
Shut up, Clayton Hughes.
Thank you, Kane. Be a little more enthusiastic on the shut up Clayton Hughes.
I know. I mean, first of all, it just makes... I'm speechless, man. it's really. I mean, I don't know if I blame that entirely on Casey, but I would say it's mostly his fault. But either way, I mean, he really helped this race kind of get at least.
Oh, you fumbling bitch!
Ah, man, this is a tough way to put it, but
Kane,
he at least
Kane.
brought a little spice.
Kane, we're gonna help
To
you out
the-
here.
to
Speaking
this.
of spice, how's your explosive diarrhea going?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Kane.
you really had to bring that up during the podcast.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
did.
It's not gonna make the outtakes. I promise. For Thermite 917, he's just a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. We can't stand him. If you ever see him online in NASCAR Heat Evolution, you're not gonna see him online in NASCAR Heat Evolution. Fuck me. I'm redoing it. I'm redoing that part. Way to bottle it.
Bottleberg won.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that actually.
That would be your drink. Comes in a bottle.
Great. For Thermite 917, if you see him, god damn it, I almost said Nermite. For Nermite 917. That sounds like a kid with pimples that sits in his basement and eats fucking Pizza Hut all day long playing Minecraft. Nermite.
Nothing wrong with that.
Shut up, Thermite.
We sit around playing NASCAR Heat 2 all day.
There's a difference. I feel like we're more socially active. And I've
We
had
are.
sex, so that kid won't ever. So it's fine. I'm just saying. I'm getting it out there. And Kane has a beard.
Actually, I shaved the beard.
Well, you still had it.
Because you had to please the woman at the interview.
That's right. Oh my goodness, I bottled it so hard.
We're seriously like 5 seconds away from finishing.
I know that. Kane's always 5 seconds away from finish.
What is happening? You bottled that outro so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, what in the hell's the matter with you?